Hello, everybody, and welcome to the weekly report on Juan Ortiz. And yeah, this is Juan. Don't forget you can find me over here on YouTube at Planeta X Live and also on the interwebs at planetaxlive.com. You can also call me live right here in Cabina, 773-236-0015. That's 773-236-0015. And well, today on the news, we have a lot of things going on right here in Chicago. First of all, very sad to see kids killing kids all over the place. A 9-year-old was shot to death in the South Side.
Horrible.
A 9-year-old was shot. People, apparently what the police said is that two gangbangers were shooting off each other from one car to the other one, and then the kid was just collateral damage. He received a bunch of shots, killed him instantly. Police got to the place right away, and it was absolutely horrible. Also, sad to say I wasn't here last week, and the reason why was when I was supposed to come here, I was stuck over there on Irving Park, and there was a huge, colossal fire. And the fire, there was 6 buildings involved.
By the library.
Yep. Okay. Six buildings were involved. The fire lasted for about 4 hours, they said. It's millions of dollars in damage. It started at a laundromat, and it quickly just went everywhere. I know. So it was absolutely horrible. So the traffic was really bad, you guys. And I couldn't make it here. I apologize. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. And yeah, so that's it for those news. Also, we have some sad news, though. Chicago public schools, the teachers are trying to go on a strike. Now, as you know, my partner, Jorge, he works for the Chicago Public Schools. And we are having so many problems right now. We're trying to save up as much as we can. Apparently, they said that if nothing gets resolved by the end of the week, they will be on a strike next week. And strike means no pay. So teachers,
no school?
Well, here is the problem when a strike comes in. If it's like it wasn't last time, kids can go to school if they want to. The problem is there will be no teachers at school. The teachers are not going to do anything. They're not going to go to school. They're going to go outside and protest. So parents usually don't send their kids because there is no actual school. Now, administration is not part of the teachers union. Therefore, they have to be at school. If the kid actually goes to school, administration is responsible, meaning they just put him in a room and give them books and stuff, and kids do whatever they want. They just roam around as long as no one gets hurt.
Which is not good either.
Which is not good. It's not education. They're not really educating anybody. It's just they're just wasting time pretty much, just trying to fill up the time that the teachers didn't give them. So that's not good neither. Now the problem is that the state is where the problem is at. It's over there in Springfield. They do not approve the budget. The school system keeps asking them for help. They need to approve the budget. They cannot even pay the lottery. I don't know if you guys know this, but Illinois lottery, if you make more than $600 in any of the tickets, they give you you know, they're not going to be able to pay at all. They can't pay any more than $600. It is horrible. If whoever
you win the lottery and you're expecting,
exactly
a little money.
You win the lottery, you expect to get paid, but if you made more than $600, you're not going to get paid. But you know what's
funny? That they keep on selling tickets.
Of course.
And there's millions of dollars there.
Yeah, they are. And what's even worse is that other states know about these issues. So what they did was very simple. They started selling the tickets down on the Michigan border, Indiana border, a lot cheaper. And so now everybody in the border, they got stock up on lottery tickets. So they're selling off the roof, while here we're just going down every freaking week.
Well, they're selling the tickets and the money is in the bank, and they're making, you know,
they are making money. Who knows if the money's in the bank? The money's probably in their pockets. I mean, literally, they're not paying anybody else. If you're not paying the prices, then that means you're doing something with that money that's obviously not paying whoever won. So that's what the lottery is all about. I mean, kind of defeats the purpose of a lottery. If you're not going to win anything, then why should you be playing in the first place?
Sure.
I mean, but
that's up to the people. They keep on buying the tickets.
You know, there's an addiction. You can get addicted to buying tickets. It's not something easy to do. You can always get addicted to buying tickets and selling tickets and all that type of stuff. So it's okay. I mean, as long as the government has a plan to try to fix these problems, what we need to do now is call our representatives, call our state legislators, and let them know we need help. We need people on schools, we need teachers on schools, we need our teachers to get paid well, because they say it's all about the children. But if the teachers are not well educated, if they are not well compensated, then they're not going to care about the kids. It's as simple as that. You need to pay them. You need to give them the money. You need to do what you need to do so that these teachers like what they do, like their job, and actually want to do what they're supposed to do. So come on, guys. Let's get our job together. Let's get our stuff together. Let's work on it. We can definitely do this. And the more the merrier. The more we do, the better job we do, the better schools we're gonna have. All right. So now let's move a little bit away from the news, and I am gonna talk about something that a lot of people kind of like to do when they go to college, but they don't really think about it until you get there, and that's Greek life. So, what is Greek life?
What
Uh,
is Greek life?
what is Greek life, right? That's such a huge question. So, what is Greek life? So, when you go to a major university here in the United States, I know some other countries also have them, but it's mainly a United States kind of thing. So, what Greek life is every university has their own Greek organizations. They're not really Greek. It's not like people from Greece came over. No, no, no. They call Greek organizations because their names are in part of the Greek alphabet, and the way they're organized is they are social groups that mostly are members. They're male or female or both, depending on what you are, and then they have like they are there to do volunteer work, to do social work, to become a brotherhood, a sisterhood, a family where everybody helps each other, and it helps you in not only with your schoolwork but with everything else you do in your life. So huge organizations. There is 13 main fraternities, sororities that started all this, and they started back in the 1940s. Most of them were black, actually. The fraternities and sororities started with black people when they got together and they wanted to have a group of kids that can go to school and not feel harassed by the other races in their colleges, because black people in the 40s were not really good at having any kind of help when going to school. And because of that, they formed these fraternities, these sororities. And what happens is that once the rest of the colleges start seeing the great things that Greek life brought in, the good philanthropic work, the volunteer work, the amount of resources they were getting in, the help they were giving their members, they started forming their own organizations. And nowadays, we have all kinds of organizations. We have Latino only, men only, women only. We have Asian fraternity sororities. We have all open fraternity sororities. We got co-ed fraternities, which is men and women. And we also have what's called a sorority. A sorority is a gender neutral male and female fraternity mixed with a sorority. Like if a fraternity had a baby with a sorority, that's a sorority. Okay? I am a member of a sorority here in town, Theta Pi Sigma. We are the first gender neutral sorority in the United States. Our base, our alma mater, is down in the University of San Diego in California. And we are the beta chapter right here in Chicago at Northeastern Illinois University. And we are a very diverse group. One of these days, I'm gonna try to bring a couple of my friends, members of the fraternity of the sorority, so they can talk about our organization specifically and give you guys our mojo and everything we do. But this is in general. What is Greek life? So a lot of things that people hear on the news is about hazing. Hazing means when you enter a fraternity or a sorority, there is certain rituals that you have to do. So whether you like, sometimes they do like it's like a starting point. Like you're burned into the fraternity sorority. So what you do, they have different rituals. Sometimes they send you outside where they have this huge ceremony. They put balloons outside. There is other fraternities and sororities coming in. You get assigned your own little father or mother that's gonna adopt you from another or Greek organization, and they're gonna help you out as a newcomer to the Greek life. You have to pledge. Pledging means you're gonna go through a different set of tests for the entire semester before you can cross, meaning before you can be a part of that Greek organization. You got to go to a different set of rules and rituals, the tests that they will give you, so that if you pass them, you will become a member of it. You will become a member of the brotherhood, sisterhood, family, whichever is the one you chose. And then from that, it's a great group. Most of them run non-for-profit organizations, not only here in town, but all over the United States that help with education, help with scholarships, help with financial aid, help with resources at school. They also have organizations for different, let's say, you can join a fraternity that's specific for math students, science students, teachers, all kinds of stuff. You just join them and they will help you because they have resources for that specific topic that is the one you want, the one you like. There is different things that you also do inside the organization. Of course, there is parties. Everybody knows fraternities and sororities are famous for their parties. I know. And drinking. Hey, nothing wrong unless you're 21 and up. If
Nothing
you're 20,
comes free.
exactly. If you're 21 and up, you can drink up. That's how the rule goes. If you're under 21, you can't. But it's not just about the parties. There's also dances. There's called stepping. So different Greeks organizations get into these steppings and do rolls. They do like a line dance to different like modern hip hop songs, and then they have the little steps and they go and everybody does it at the same time. It's awesome. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. We have toga parties. I've been in some of them. They're awesome. Yeah, so a lot of things about Greek life. It's good things and there is bad things. Of course, there is the bad things too. As you all know, in university in down, I think this was in Indiana, where they beat up somebody during the hazing process. They were beating up one of the students and he died. And yeah, they did not call the police.
They do it
or anything.
overboard, no? Sometimes initiations.
Sometimes they do. Almost every university now in the United States is they have a zero tolerance against hazing. Not all of them follow it, but most of them are supposed to do that. Now there is in our school, Northeastern, is zero hazing. There is no tolerance. We do not accept that. There is nothing of the sort at all. Not even joking. We don't accept it. But some schools still do. Some other fraternities have been famous for saying racist slurs. We don't do that. We are open to anybody. And what we are here to do is to say that Greek life is not just about racism and drinking and partying and beating each other up. It's more of a brotherhood of let's help each other. Let's all join and let's be part of this huge family. Let's be good together.
And this only lasts while you're at the university?
That's not the case. So while you're at school, you do have to pay your dues once you become a part of it. But then once you're out, this is a family forever. Most of them expect you to pay at least a yearly fee to help out with all the other stuff that's involved in the university to help maintain the headquarters, to help maintain the house. Most of them live in their own, in a house that's the house for the fraternity or sorority. But to pay for that, you have to pay a monthly fee. So yeah, a lot of people still do. I know I have friends of mine that have been in fraternities or sororities for years and years and years. They're 60 years old now, and they're still a part of it. If I ran the Chicago Marathon this year, and Sigma Gamma Rho, which is African sorority. I think it's the first African sorority in the United States. It's been up since the 50s. They actually had their ladies volunteering there and giving out water in one of the posts. And these were not all college-age ladies. Most of them were older. They just still part of it because they still love it. I know a lot of them join one time and they just keep coming and coming. They have huge annual gatherings in hotels, and you can go and meet your pledge parents and everybody else that graduated with you and all your little neos and everything. It's awesome. So I encourage it. I encourage it for you to join if you get a chance to go to college and your college has Greek organizations. Give it a try. Go find out what they do and see which one you like. Don't just pick mine, even though mine is awesome. Just, just try it, see which one you like, see what they're all about, and join it. Yeah, yeah, just join it up. Okay, I think we're time for a break, right? Let's take a short little break right here, and we'll be right back. See ya.
My name is Jessica Sandlin, and I'm a student at Northern Illinois University and a part of Dream Action NIU, which is an organization that helps advocate for undocumented students. When I was a senior at NIU, I realized that all the scholarships and student loans I had been receiving that I had been taking for granted, and that others, like undocumented students, should have access to these just like myself, because they work as hard as I do, they study just like I do. They sometimes work harder than we do because they have to earn the money in order to pay for school. So I joined this movement in order to help advocate for these students who should have access to the funds that I have access to, and we are asking you to do the same. Go online, visit the website, register, and then call your representatives to support this student access bill so that undocumented students can have access to the existing scholarships and funds.
Planeta X. Planeta X. Planeta X. En Planeta X. Planeta X. Tú vas a disfrutar, no te lo pierdas. Vente pa' vacilar. Planeta X. Tú gozarás conmigo. Planeta X. En Planeta X.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome back. This is Weekly Report con Juan Ortiz. Don't forget you can find us live, planetaxlive.com, or right here on YouTube, Planeta X Live. That's our YouTube channel. You can also call me. Call me right here. I'm right here on the studio, 773-236-0015. One more time, 773-236-0015. Please give me a call. Ask me your questions. Leave me your questions in comments right down on the comment section. I will read them. I will answer them. I promise you. So, yeah, just leave me your feedback. I leave off the feedback. The more feedback you can give me, the better the show will be. Anyways, so, yeah, I'm going to talk about something a little bit more crazy, I guess. And that is body modifications, specifically tattoos. Now, tattoos nowadays are just such a huge fashion statement. At the beginning, they used to be used in African tribes to kind of determine whether you belong to a certain tribe and you were not part of another one, or to, differentiate the hierarchy among the members of the tribe. Elders will have more tattoos than the younger people. If you've been part of more wars, etc., you get more tattoos, you get more body marks. And then once you move into the Asian area, especially China and Japan, they got huge about like full body tattoos that almost look like forms of like masterpieces of art. And they will depict their family and their temples, and they will tell an entire story, maybe a story about a battle or a mythical story, dragons, koi fish. And when the person died, they used to take their skin off and actually hang it off walls so you can see the art piece right there on their skin. It was absolutely amazing. And the way those people used to get tattooed, it wasn't like right now when you go to the tattoo shop and the guy has this little machine and then he just tattoo it on you. No, they used to do it with huge pieces, sticks that had like a really, really sharp point. Take a little bit of ink and then with a hammer it right on top and then go one by one by one, dot by dot by dot by dot. It would take literally years to get it done. It would take absolutely a long time. And more than anything, extremely, extremely painful. So to have a tattoo meant you were one of the roughest, one of the strongest, one of the biggest person in that tribe, in that group, because you were the one who could last forever taking all that pain. Nowadays, might not be the case. Almost anybody can get a tattoo. And yeah, that includes me. I personally have 5. You guys can see one right here in my arm. Have a couple. I have another one in my back, and I have another one in my leg, and I still want to get a couple more.
At what age did you get your first one?
Now, in the United States, now let's talk about age. Different cultures have different times. Some African cultures, you could get kids are given tattoos when they're born to differentiate depending on which family you are born into. They will give them a tattoo when they're born. Other cultures, you can start as young as 8 or 9. Some cultures, once you started puberty, you get a tattoo to commemorate the fact that you hit puberty and that you could now have babies. But here in the United States, it's federal law. You have to be 18 unless you have your parents' authorization. So if you're under 18, by your mom and your dad sign this little paper that says it's okay for you to get a tattoo, you can get a tattoo. Simple as that.
Under 18?
If you have authorization of your parents, you can. If you
I
have
didn't know that.
same thing as piercings. So any kind of body modification. So you've seen little babies when they're born, especially in the Latin culture, it's very famous. If you have a little baby girl, the day after they're born, both piercing, both ears, and that's not illegal. Same thing with tattoos, because that's also a body modification, just like a piercing is. As long as your parents are there and they say it's okay for you to get tattoos, you are fine getting a tattoo. Now, would I recommend a tattoo for a kid? No. I got my first tattoo like an idiot when I was 18 years old. When I was 18 years old, I got my first tattoo, and it was a crazy experience. When I was 18, I was in Champaign by the University of Illinois, and all I wanted to do was dance salsa the entire day. That was my life. So I had this person, this partner, romantic partner of mine, and it was a girl. It was a girl at the time. I know, believe it or not. And so this girl, she loved tattoos, and she never had one, and neither did I. I mean, I was young. And we liked to read magazines about tattoos and stuff. Like, I already had piercings. I had my first piercing when I was 11. But I didn't have tattoos. I just had piercings. So when I turned 18, like the day of my birthday, I got my eyebrow pierced. I don't have my my piercing on my piercing on my eyebrow anymore, but it's still open. The hole's still there. I just don't wear it anymore. Just don't like it. But when I got my first piercing, I got it at 18, and the guy at the shop had these magazines of these famous tattoo artists, and one of the most famous, world-renowned tattoo artists was coming to Champaign for 3 weeks, 2 months after my birthday. And so me and this guy were like, okay, we're going to save up some money and we're going to get tattooed by this guy, because if we're going to get something, it's going to be by the best. And we sure did. And it was one of the most painful experiences of my life.
Where did you get your first one?
I got my first tattoo. Oh, shoot. I don't know if I can show it. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see. So that's my first tattoo. I know, it's funny. And so my first tattoo was in my leg, and it was a fun experience, to be honest. I mean, it was extremely painful. I was really young, and I was not drunk or anything, which even sucks, because there is no anesthesia, there is nothing, there is no numbness. You directly just go in, and then there is just tiny little needles ripping your skin apart, and ink coming in, and you feel it. When he's doing so the way tattoos work, the machines have different amounts of needles in there. So the thicker you want the line, the more needles you need. The thinner and more precise the line, the less needles you want in. But the less needles, the deeper it goes in, the more it hurts. The more needles, the not as deep they go in, so it hurts less. So the outline is what hurts the most, because it's less lines, not as thick, and he has to deeply go in and just go over and over and over so your outline is right. That really, really, really hurts. And another thing, the closer the tattoo is to the bone, the more it hurts. The more it's in the muscle, the less it hurts. Mine is like, it was right in the middle, half of my tattoo is right on my calf muscle, which is okay. It's not a small muscle, so it doesn't hurt at all. And then the other half, the lower part, is right by the bone, which really, really, really hurts. It was horrible. It was not a nice. The worst thing is, I went with this girl, so I went in first. I went in first, so I was trying to be like, she kept on saying, "Does it hurt? Does it hurt?" And I kept on saying, "No, no, no, it's okay. You just do it. It's not as painful as you might think." There is me deep inside, I'm crying, but out at the world, I was all happy, like, no, it doesn't hurt, gosh. Then when he started going in the shading, he's got to keep going over and over and over again. So your skin is already ripped and swollen and red and bloody and everything. And on top of that, he has to keep going over and over and over and over on that ripped skin. That hurts even more. And I just kept on saying that it didn't hurt.
You wanted to stop?
No. You know what? I do. Once I get into it, I get into it. Then you get. I already have them fit. Have a
Later?
I was a lot of people, different things. DJs are showing champagne, solo go. Now, it means nothing. For the conga drums, I'm gonna say I got when I the and tell them, hey, I'm fever. Look at this, can see it well. And the fact there's a lot more my leg. What's this called? What's this called? God, Jesus, the quads. I want my quads to be tattooed completely. I like it. I think this hurts a lot. Really nice, really huge tattoo on my leg because I know it's gonna hurt less. I want lots of color. I usually only go black and white because at the end of the day, black and white lasts longer. Just because color fades, even on your skin. I know some people say tattoos are forever. That is true and it's not true. Tattoos do last a long time, but they do fade out. They will not naturally completely disappear, but they will fade out. So after years, you do have to get them retouched. And so, but black and white, you need to retouch them less because they last a lot longer.
For somebody that's willing or thinking about tattoos, 3 questions.
Go ahead.
How do you pick where to get them done first?
Mm-hmm.
Second, what you want. And third, and the most hard, where?
Where? Okay. So
how do you solve those 3 questions?
Let's go with the first one. Where do you get it? First of all, make sure you go to Yelp. Make sure you go to Google. Make sure you Google the person that you like. Make sure that person has a certificate that it means he's supposed to be doing it and it's authorized by the state. They have to have a license. Everything has to be clean. Go in first. Check it out. Make sure it's not a crappy place off the street. Make sure everything is sterile. Make sure everything is brand new. All the needles should be brand new as they're using them. Everything should be covered in plastic so nothing gets infected. That's the main reason to choose the place. Now, once you go to the place, you need to do your research on the artist. You need to find out what is his specialty. There is realism. There is cubism. There is traditional American tattoos. There is Chinese tattoos. There is Japanese tattoos. There is African tattoos. There is tribal tattoos. There is lettering, which is, just letters. There is realism. There is portraits. So depends on what you want to specifically. Find somebody who is actually an expert on doing that exact thing. Find somebody who's an expert. If what you're looking at is a portrait of your mom or your daughter or your son, you need to find an artist who is a portrait specialist, who is a portrait expert. Don't just go to the cheapest guy around. So that's the main way to find somebody.
Do you think going to people's houses is big?
No, that's never a good idea. Never safe. Never go with a beginner because beginners don't know what they're doing yet. That's why it's called a beginner. So go with the person that has the most experience available. That's the best thing to do. So Yelp it. There is Google Yelp. There is Yelp. There is Google Plus. There is all kinds of internet research engines that will show you exactly how many reviews this person has. Even Facebook pages. You can go to the Facebook page and read. Oh, is this guy good? Does he had a lot of complaints? What the hell is going on? So that's how you pick the person. Second, what else did you say? Where to put it in your body? Was that it?
How did you pick the place?
Okay, so here's what you got to go for. Number one, depends on where you work. If you need to hide your tattoo, or if you can have it out in the open. Okay? For some of us, it's not okay to have a tattoo right on your neck. I would love to have one on my neck, but I don't think I will ever get higher anywhere or on my face. Simple as that, So it depends. Some people don't like them in the arms like this because in their jobs they don't allow it. So you have to wear long sleeves all year long. Now, thank God I don't work in that kind of job environment, so that doesn't really matter to me. So if you already chosen the part, if it's a part you can hide or not, then the second place is how much pain are you willing to go for? The more bone, the more pain. That means this part of the arm is extremely painful. That means
Elbows.
it's painful. It's painful. Your back is painful. A lot of people get it right here on your shoulder. It's painful. Yeah? If you get it where I got it, right down here, it's painful. The closer to your foot, it's painful. Anywhere on your foot, it's really painful because there is no muscle there. It's just bone. Anywhere in your hand, painful. Anywhere in your face or neck, painful. Your chest, if you got big chest, of course, it's not going to hurt. If you have a big stomach, it's not going to hurt. If you have ripped abs, it's not going to hurt. Now, if you don't have any chest, it's going to be extremely painful. Ribs are horrible. That's one of the worst places you can get it. It's the one that hurts the most. And because of the shape of the ribs, it's very hard for the actual artist to get the right shape. So you really need to go to somebody who's an expert doing ribs, who's willing to do ribs and takes his time. Because this is painful. This has to be really well thought out. The position, the reshaping of the ribs, if they're going to change, whatever, you have to really think about it. And so, yeah, that's how you choose the spot. And once you choose a spot, just go for it. And last thing before we break this, before you choose a place, if you already chosen the place, if you already chosen the artist, if the artist is already doing the piercing, the tattoo, do not stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. I know it hurts. I know you're going to cry. I know you're going to do all kinds of stuff. I know you're going to be screaming and yelling. But first of all, don't move because you're going to mess him up. And don't stop because you're going to get a half-done tattoo. And you'd rather have a nice, small, quality tattoo than a big mess. Okay?
Two things.
Go ahead.
Where would you not get it? And what kind of tattoo you would not get?
Where in my body?
Yeah.
Nowhere near the face because of, like I said before, because of the jobs. I do like one on my neck, but I'm not going to get it because I want to be able to work somewhere where people is not looking at me like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Okay.
So nowhere near the face, nowhere in my arms, nowhere in my hands, I mean. My arms, too late now. But nowhere in my hands neither because your hands, everybody see your hands. So you don't want the first impression to be, oh, my God, his hands are full of tattoos. So nowhere there. And what I wouldn't get, that's difficult because I am very willing to whatever. I like skeletons, dark stuff.
Okay. Because some people don't like cute stuff. Like
Okay. See, I'm the opposite way. I do like cutesy stuff too.
Okay.
I want in my arm right here on the upper body. I like a lot of realism and a lot of paintings. So I want to get the Blue Guitarist by Picasso on the one side, and on this other side I want a Mavellino, which is it's a painting by this guy Fabio Napoleone is his name, and it's actually a cute little doll that has only one eye and little hearts going around. It's okay for me. I don't care. I think art is art. So I wouldn't get any tribal tattoos because I don't mind. Like, but it wouldn't bother me. If it was free, I'll get it. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what's a good price for a tattoo, or how do you know they're overcharging you? Or
That's
it's a good
hard.
deal?
Tattoos can go. They usually charge by the hour and the size. They know the hour because of the size. Usually, you're looking at about 75 to 150 an hour, depending on the artist.
Okay.
So that's the price range. From that, you'll see this tattoo, for example, these letters take less than an hour to do because it's really easy. But the minimum is an hour. So this was $75. Okay, because this is simple. They wouldn't mess that one up. Okay, this it took about 10 hours
Oh wow!
because it has a lot of detail. No. This has a lot of detail. Actually, went 3 times to get it done. He had to do in many sessions and lots of detail, lots of colors, lots of everything. So because of all that, that work on it, it took forever. So yeah, I mean, took a couple of hours. Anyway, so I guess that's it, right? We're gonna cut it off right here. Yeah. And then I am glad you guys are here with me, you guys. I appreciate it. I hope to see you next week, and I am out. See you next week.
Por fin llegaron los ricos tacos al sur de Chicago en el 3033 West de la 147 Street en Boston, Illinois.
Tenemos de nana, de tripa, chorizo, pastor y cabeza, siéntese por ahí.
Además contamos con una gran variedad de platillos como tacos, tortas, burritos y el fin de semana el rico menudo. Ah, y sin faltar los ricos tacos de canasta. Te esperamos en Los Pedros Mexican Food, 3033 West de la 147 en Boston, Illinois.
Planeta X. Planeta X. Planeta X. En Planeta X. Planeta X. Tú vas a disfrutar, no te lo pierdas. Vente